All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here. I'm here with Valerie Soto. Valerie, how are we doing?
Good, good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. And now you got a fight coming up. Talk us a little bit more about this matchup and what's coming up now.
So I'm fighting January 30th for Fury Fighting Championships. It is a title fight, a flyweight title fight. So I'm super pumped about that. It's in my hometown, so I get to go back and put a show on.
Yeah, no, you're definitely ready to put on a show. And I believe this is a rematch as well. Talk us a bit more about what the mindset's kind of like going into this one.
I'm honestly just gonna go in there and do me, have fun. When we had fought, I was coming off like a 3.5 year layoff, due to COVID and gym changes and stuff like that. So it was really hard to get a matchup. So I do feel like when I accepted that fight, the focus was more making weight rather than everything else. Um, I used to fight at 115. Obviously, in 3 years' time, you start to develop the woman body, and you don't really know how your body reacts and responds to everything. So I wanted that one at 120 to be safe. But the cut was definitely hard. I want to say 2 weeks out, I was already like fasting. So I was only eating like once a day just to, make sure that I made weight. So I feel like the main goal for that fight was definitely just to make sure that I made weight rather than anything else. So I feel like I lost a lot of muscle mass. I did feel quick. I felt fast in that fight, but it didn't click for me like it normally does. I didn't feel as strong. I didn't feel like I had too much pop to my punches or anything like that. So this time around, it'll be at 125 where I'm comfortable. I've really found a home here at 125. So I'm excited to really show that and just go in there and have fun, and not leave it to the judges because I do think it was a close fight the first go around. So I can only imagine how it's going to be, feeling good about myself, having the camp, having already fought her and feeling how she is and everything. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. That's definitely makes a lot of sense. And now, since that last fight, you've been on quite the tear with your winning streak. Talk us a bit more about it. After that fight, how you kind of improved, and talk us a bit more about everything with that.
So after that fight, I want to say I was already looking to fight again very soon. So I was still going in there training. That fight, I definitely my face got a little beat up. So training, I had to get right back into training because I had a fight so soon. I don't even remember how soon it was, but I know it was soon. So I really had to be careful with my face and not, mess it up even more during training and stuff. But my husband also fights, so he was on a roll, I was on a roll, like seeing us both just like get after it and not, you know, let that loss define me. I was like, no, I want to get right back in there. Like I was rusty. Like I have a goal and I need to make this goal happen and just be active as possible.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes a lot of sense. Staying active, and now with you mentioning being active, obviously, with it being early in the year, how many fights are you kind of looking to kind of have in 2026, and what are maybe some of your goals that you might have right now?
So the goal is definitely to get to the UFC. If I win this, I will have the title and I will be on a 6 fight win streak. So it's like, come on now, like what are we doing? Like we need to get in there. The fight, so it really depends on how often because me and my husband, or my husband and I, sorry, we're on a rotating cycle. So we don't like to fight on the same card. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm fighting this month, you could fight that month. So it's like a rotation. So, but if it goes to plan, at least at minimum 4 times this year for both of us. That's the goal. We really like to stay active. We only have a short window, so we're trying to, make things happen.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's certainly important. And now I know you were just talking about like how active you kind of want to be, and the UFC being so close. But if you do get this big win and you do get the title, like, are you potentially like open to maybe waiting for like the Contender Series if you need to? Talk us a bit more about that.
Honestly, at this point in my career, it's whatever my coaches tell me. I'm ready. I'm ready for a short notice call. I'm ready for the contenders. I'm ready for this title. If they want me to defend the title when I win it, it's just, it really is up to them. I'm just kind of along for the ride and I just do what I can and put on good shows, but um, the goal would be the straight call. I mean, obviously, I feel like that's everybody's goal, but I'm young and I'm just kind of following orders at this point.
Yeah, no, no, fair enough. That definitely makes a lot of sense, and I definitely hope you do get the call straight to the UFC, maybe short notice or something like that, because I definitely think you're more than deserving. And now, with that being said, I mean, with this upcoming fight, I mean, talk a bit more about some of your training partners that are maybe helping you for this upcoming camp.
Man, so I train at a Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai with Crew Bob Perez, amazing coach. And then my husband is also one of my coaches, Cody Freeman. They are amazing. As far as the training partners, I try to utilize everybody that's in the gym. Obviously, we try to, for specific camps, we try to use specific people that can mimic my opponents at that time, their style. So recently, I've been really using a teammate named Brett and a teammate named Micah. Um, they're monsters. They definitely beat the shit out of me and really push me past my limits and stuff. But I really think that they've been you know, a big thing in my camps, and to have that, it's just great. It sucks, because I mean, you could say what you want, but they're grown men. I'm a female. There is a difference. So I definitely take a beating from them, but I mean, everyone's been great. Everybody's kind of been tailoring to me when I go with them and stuff like that. So I love it.
No, no, I definitely think that's important. I'm definitely glad you have a good team around you. That's for sure. And now with this upcoming fight as well too. I mean, talk a bit more about you're the main event. I mean, what's the pressure kind of like being on like a big card and being the main event for Fury and everything along those lines?
Honestly, this is gonna be really weird, but there's no pressure. I never go into fight thinking, "Oh my god, I'm the first fight, or I'm the last fight, or this is for a belt," or like, even I do believe when the UFC calls, like, it when if somebody specifically is watching this fight, that's not gonna be in my mind at all. I just go in there and I do what I gotta do. Maybe leading up to the fight, I'm like a little nervous, like, oh my God, they're watching. But as soon as I hear my walkout and I walk out, I don't care who's in there. I don't care who's watching. You know, it's just, I go in there and everything else just kind of shuts out, and it's just me and her in there. And that's like all I worry about. But I mean, there's not too much pressure for this one. I mean, I'm just in there gonna have fun and whatever happens, happens, That's at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's an important mindset. And that's definitely a good way to look at it. And now, getting back into it with it being the main event. I mean, with you being the main event, I mean, you're obviously like the face of the poster. I mean, what does that kind of mean to you, like seeing your face like on the poster and like being that main event spot there?
It's about time.
There you go. Good answer. I love it.
um, I feel like I've been fighting for a while now, and it makes me really happy to see that progression, and see me excel, and just climb to the top. Like, I'm here to make a statement, and I'm glad that people are finally recognizing, like, I deserve to be a main event or a co-main event. Like, I don't think I should be anywhere less. I'm very exciting. Like, I've never been in a boring fight, win or loss. Like, they're all exciting. So it's just really cool.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's definitely really cool. I definitely love that answer for sure. And now when it comes to your fights, I mean, you mentioned that you don't have like any boring fights, but I mean, what are maybe or what was maybe your favorite fight that you might have had with your MMA career?
Favorite fight overall? Oh my goodness. Obviously anyone that has a finish, because there's not too many of those. But I want to say my absolute favorite would probably be mm, I want to say it would be against Vanessa Demopoulos. she is now in the UFC. She's doing very well for herself. I still believe I won that fight. You know, it's whoever's judging, really. I'll just leave it at that. But, you know, to see her do well and, you know, be in there and do stuff, and it's like, okay, you see, I lost to her, you know, whoever's watching. But it just shows like I can hang with these girls. Like she's in there, I should be in there. Like what's the hold up? You know, I look back at it and I you know learned a lot from it. I learned a lot from that fight. But just to see her succeed, it makes me feel really good about myself because it's like okay, like I do have what it takes. You know, especially at that time. You know, this was a few years ago. You know, and I've only grown since then. So you know, I definitely think that when I do get the call, I'm ready.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that's a good choice that you kind of picked out for your favorite fight. And now you mentioned like learning a lot throughout some of your fights. What was maybe some of the best advice you might have got, like maybe from training or during your fight camp for any of your fights? Let me talk to us a little bit more about that.
The first one would definitely be like, because I still get nervous for fights. I mean, if you don't, there's something wrong with you, and you're full of shit. Every fight, you know, you get nerves. But one thing that I will always remember is Shauna Dobson. She was in the UFC. Um, for my first fight ever, she had told me, just think of it as you're sparring. It's just sparring turned up a notch. So I feel like when I think about that, you know, it really does help because it's like okay yeah like it's really not much to it, you're just sparring times 10, you know, so that really stuck in my mind. Another thing I will say that's pretty huge is my husband. It's like at the end of the day, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, you know, whether you win or whether you lose, like you can only grow from there. You know, the fact that I'm getting in there and doing what I like and what I love, like that says it all. Like you know, but that's probably like the biggest thing is you're going in there, whatever happens is going to happen, you can't change it, like you know, you just got to do it.
Yeah, yeah, no, fair enough. I definitely think that's good. I'm definitely glad you were able to get some solid advice there. And now, when it comes to this upcoming fight, I mean, I know you're obviously looking for the finish, but I mean, what's maybe your prediction kind of going into this one?
mm. I mean, obviously, yes, I definitely want to finish. I want to put a stamp on it, especially because I know that's what McMaynard wants is a finish. So I gotta, you know, I definitely try. You know, these girls are just getting harder to put away. But I definitely think that this fight is going to be intense. I think it's going to be very high paced. Just like the first go around, like we definitely, you know, we're scrapping nonstop for 3 rounds. So I expect a 5 round war 100% because she, you know, she's tough. I feel like some people may look at her record and think, oh, you know, well, you can beat her. Like, no, she's tough, and I'm gonna give credit where it's due. Like, I think it's gonna be a very exciting fight, and definitely glad it was chosen to be the main event.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's going to be important. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. And now, when it comes to this fight, I mean, obviously, the title's on the line, but I mean, winning that belt, I mean, what does winning the title kind of mean to you for your career right now?
Winning that title, it for me, it just shows all the years of everything that I put into the sport. You know, it really it'll solidify everything, and it's if I have it, you know, it just shows everything. Like all the gyms I've been at, all the coaches I've had, all the training I've done, like you know, all the hard work. You know, it'll pay off for sure, and I'm hoping that you know if I have it, it really just puts a stamp on who I am, and you know, get the call.
Yeah, but you're more than deserving of the call. I definitely hope this will be your final fight in Fury. That would be pretty awesome for sure. And now I know obviously you're in fight camp. You're very focused right now. But I mean, when you're not really in like fight camp and you kind of have a little bit more time off, what do you kind of like to do outside the gym when you're not in there training and fighting?
You know, to be honest with you, I like to sleep and hang out with my husband and my dog and my cat. So when I'm not training full time, I am working full time. So I don't really have free time. Um, it's a very busy, structured schedule, same routine every day by the book. So whenever I do have some time, it's like I catch myself just taking naps or, we're going out to eat or something, but I don't really have that time because it's all in or it's nothing. So it's like I'm really dedicating my life and the way I live to fighting, and I just really want it to play out the way it should.
Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely hope it plays out for you as well. I mean, you're definitely on a good track. And now for maybe some new fans that might not have seen some of your fights yet. I mean, talk to us a little bit more about why they should tune into this title fight next weekend here.
Because I always put on fireworks. I'm exciting. I come forward. I put the pressure. I could stay standing. I could go to the ground. I'm never a stalemate. I'm always on the go, go, go. I'm always hunting for everything, whether it's that knockout or TKO or submission. Like I'm definitely on the gas all day.
No, yeah, you're definitely on the gas. You definitely have a lot of exciting fights. And with that being said, Valerie, it's been incredible talking to you. I definitely appreciate you taking the time, especially during your fight camp. What's maybe your final message out there to the fans watching this video?
Tune in on UFC Fight Pass.
Oh yeah, no, we'll definitely be tuning in. I'm looking forward to seeing you fight for the title, and definitely hope you get that huge win and get the call sometime soon because I definitely think you're pretty much right there.
Thank you.